Hey guys, welcome to our Azure Learning YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna see how Azure got evolved from 2010 to 2025. What are all the new services they given in between this 15 years? This is what we're gonna see today. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, let's move on to the 2010. In this 2010, they comes into the cloud. Microsoft introduced the cloud service in this 2010. After that, what they did inside. See, here they only offered computing services, storage services only. Okay, computing services like Windows Azure Compute. Initially, that was the service name. And then Azure Storage they given. Okay, so here we can perform scalability and then the flexibility as well. What is that scalability and then the flexibility? Scalability means you can increase the hardware at any time, decrease the hardware at any time. Flexibility means based on our need, we're gonna create the resource. If we don't want that resource, we can delete it. This is what something like flexibility. In addition to these two services, they have introduced the SQL service, Azure SQL service, Azure Fabric, serial connectivity, and all they initially introduced in 2010 itself introduced. And VNet, virtual network configuration, subnet configuration, network interface. This all literally a component which includes in Azure Virtual Machine. Okay, so this is what they literally did in this 2010. After that, comes to the 2012 to 2014. In between these 2 years, they focus to provide services for a platform and also for an infrastructure. Okay, so due to this offerings, developers enjoyed it literally because no build, no deploy, no application management in the resource, on-prem resource. They're gonna do everything in this. They are literally did everything in this cloud only. Okay, so that's the huge advantage here, and also which literally helps developers' productivity and also the resource management. Okay, so for example, in addition to that, some services called Azure Media Services they introduced in between these 2 years, and Azure Active Directory marketplaces literally they introduced because Azure couldn't provide all the products from their interface, and also they couldn't own that much. So that they give the marketplace. In that marketplace itself, they can show other companies' products as well. So that itself, if we want something, we can integrate it. And also Hadoop mechanism, which is to control the big data that also they introduce here. And then the traffic manager, okay, which is to control the traffic across the world. And Azure Virtual Machine, some modifications they did in the Azure Windows, Azure Compute. And in this Azure Virtual Machine, we can use various operating systems like Windows OS, Ubuntu OS, Mac OS, CentOS. Like we can use various operating systems. This is what they did in this 2012 to 2014. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 2015 to this 2017. In between this 2 year, they literally focused only on, sorry, not only on, they focused on expanding the global data center presence. Okay, so they enlarged the data centers count. Okay, so in real time, today they had 200 data centers in the worldwide. Almost 60 plus regions they had it. Wherever you are in the world, you can access the Azure cloud without latency. Okay, in most of the cases. And if you wanted to avoid the latency, CDN also they have. You can go with that. Okay, so here itself, you can get more performance and also latency also you just getting reduced. So for that, nowadays, more companies supposed to use Azure as well for this one. Okay, Azure only had this much region, not like AWS or GCP. They just had only 35 to 45, something like that. They had Azure only had this much region. Okay, and also in these years they introduced the new services called Azure Automation, event hubs, express route, and then the mobile services. This all they introduced. In addition to that, IoT related services and then the containerization services and all they introduced in this year. Okay, so after that, 2018. Okay, in this 2018, they focused on the Azure machine learning service. Okay, so Azure machine learning is a service. Via the service, we can easily build the AI applications because here it had the inbuilt modules we're gonna use and we're gonna create the applications. Okay, which is very easy. And then in 2017 and all, they give the AKS services and then the Cosmos DB services. AKS, it's a cluster services, Kubernetes cluster, we would say. And Cosmos DB, NoSQL model database, and then the logical apps and all, which comes in 2016 itself. Okay, later they modified something in that 2017. And then Azure DevOps. Okay, so that CI/CD pipeline, we can do it in the Azure, that build stage and then the test stage. Like we can do everything in an automation way via Azure DevOps. Okay, and then hybrid cloud solution. Okay, hybrid cloud solution means nothing, which literally helps to manage resources across on-prem and in the cloud environments. And also you can do cloud to cloud synchronizations also you can do here. Okay, so to achieve this, we are using Azure Arc Storage, sorry, Azure Arc Service. And then it literally enables the flexibility and then the control as well. And in this year, they are enabled the private link Bastion services and all. Okay, so private link when people would use means if you are working in the work from home, you just wanted to do the check-in, check-out and all, you can do it via private link. And also express route, one more services are there. So that also you can prefer it. And Bastion, which is act like a jump server. Okay, so generally jump server means if you had a crucial resource, people would create one jump server. Jump server means nothing, it's a dummy server. Okay, there people won't place any content inside. Via the dummy server, they would access the crucial resource. Okay, same like this Bastion also would work like that. Two level of authentication we need to achieve over there so that we can access the respective resource. Okay, and also they have introduced the blockchain technologies in this year, and then the Lighthouse, Azure Lighthouse, the services and all they introduced in this year. After that, they focusing on the security services. Okay, so here they introduced the services called Azure Sentinel. Azure Sentinel, it's basically a security tool. Okay, Azure Sentinel, Key Vault, this all literally giving the security to keep our informations as safe in the cloud. Okay, so which literally enhances the productivity as well, and also which will prevents from the cyber threats. Okay, and then the Azure policy integration, and then some modifications they did in the AKS, some small deployments, and then credential changes they did in the AKS. After that, um, you know, they just focused on the some blockchain developments, and also that web application firewall. This all they did here. Hmm? After that, okay, so now we are into the conclusion. We all know in this last 10 to 15 years, they're only focusing on the AI and then security related stuff. Okay, in obviously in future also that was the scope. So obviously we're gonna in this 2025 they're gonna focus on applying the new innovations on this AI and then the security features and also in the sustainability factor as well. Okay, so this is what they're gonna do it in this 2025, and yeah, that's it for this video, guys. In the next video, I'll come up with an interesting topic. And you guys had any questions or had any confusions with any real-time topics or something, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try to make video for that. And yeah, thank you everyone. This is Ram signing off. Bye bye. Thank you all.